Welcome to my channel. I didn't know the video had started. Welcome to my channel. My name is Akah Nnani and I'm excited you're here. This is Raw and Uncut. As you know, Raw and Uncut is a 5-minute video where I talk about things that I want to take out of my chest, or my opinions on certain issues or social issues. So yeah, basically the timer starts now. So yeah, today's episode is about Harry Uzoka, who's a Nigerian model who moved out of the country and his career blossomed. I didn't know him personally, but then last year I remember his story caught my attention. So Harry Uzoka was brutally murdered by a group of young boys, his colleagues, and yeah, I'm just following up the story, and something just I just felt like I had to tell you guys something about it, and also something about it just touched me. So basically, Harry Uzoka, I saw his pictures popping up on my TL timeline. A lot of fashion entrepreneurs, a lot of models that I know in the industry, and a lot of people in the art industry were just putting up his picture and say, Harry Uzoka, rest in peace. This was early last year. I didn't know what it was about or who he was, but then I didn't know the full story, and nobody actually knew the full story. But actually, basically, the thing is, he was murdered by a colleague of his by the name George Koh. So George Koh is another model who, by the witnesses and the recounts of people in the court and people in the industry, he was obsessed, in my words, obsessed with the success of Harry Uzoka. But people will say he was envious, and people will say that he was bitter about it. Yeah, all of that, but somehow he was also obsessed, because in the testimony of one of the ladies who came, another film model who came to visit him at some time, she said George will just start talking about Harry Uzoka out of nowhere, out of nothing, and she didn't even know who Harry Uzoka was, and then she started talking with Harry Uzoka. By the next year, she was already friends with Harry Uzoka, so she told Harry some of the things George had said, and he just laughed, and then showed her some of the messages that George had even sent to him, which were messages of admiration and him apologizing for the things he had done. Because the truth is, George will go on social media and begin to say trash about him, and begin to talk trash about him, and things that he will also tell their colleagues, and Harry would hear. But anyways, Harry had gone on to be a GQ magazine model, and was on the cover. He also modeled for Louis Vuitton, so he was doing well for himself. He was in the UK doing great, but this guy was less successful, George Koh, and I guess he also wanted to be as successful as he was. Then the next thing that George did that broke the camel's back was when he actually started putting out on social media that he had dated and slept with Harry's girlfriend. Well, basically just trashing her out. And this, of course, got him angry. So they decided to meet up and, have a duel. They decided to fight. Well, in this fight, which was a couple of blocks away from, this is what the testimony said, allegedly. In the fight, Harry came with dumbbells and, came with one of his friends. They brought, heavy metal to see if they could, win the battle with weapons. However, George Koh didn't come with heavy weapons. He came with weapons that you can use to kill somebody. He came with 2 knives. He came with 2 other friends. His other friend came with a knife, and then the other one came with a machete. And there's a video actually about this. You can check it online. The police released a video of the ruckus a bit in the UK. You can check the video online and see. So in fact, while this was happening, one of the other friends left first, and was just like, you can see in the video, he was just like, I didn't come here to kill somebody. I'm not ready for this. He just literally walked out. But basically, these 2 people. Oh, sorry. But basically, these 2 people, or these 3 people, George Koh and his friends, killed Harry Uzoka. Literally stabbed him in the heart. 2 stabs in his stomach and in his rib region, and then the last one was at his heart, and he died. He literally tried to walk back home and died in front of his house. The other guys ran away. Well, the court called them, the police authorities caught up with them, and then what this video is about is that George Koh has finally been called guilty. So he's guilty. He hasn't been sentenced, but I'm happy that he's guilty. His other guy too, the other friend who stabbed with him, is also guilty of 1st-degree murder. But then the third one, who I told you left early, was cleared of 1st-degree murder, but also he is charged with manslaughter. Well, the thing is, why I'm making this video today is to say thank God that somebody is being held accountable. Thank God that his murderers have been caught and also have been charged, and they're going to be sentenced. You should follow the story. But I just wanted to say that if you look at the pictures of these young boys, these guys, 24, 25, 26, I'm telling you, they don't look like murderers. They don't look like the pictures of the movie stars or the movie actors that we see of how murderers look evil and they have no. These guys look young and cute, like they're like my nephews. And I was just like, God, you can do something like this, you know. And I just wanted to say, guys, be careful of the things you do. Be careful of the people you meet and the people you interact with. Be careful of the circles you keep. Be careful of the fights you choose to get into, because this thing that happened between these two groups of people was 2 minutes, and somebody lost his life. The person who you decide to have relations with or come in contact with or fight with or have whatever it is with can change the course of your destiny. A wrong decision can change the course of your life. So guys, rest in peace, Harry Uzoka. We honor you, we love you, and yeah, guys, I love you guys too. Please be careful. This is Raw Uncut. Please, guys, share my video. This is the end of the video. Okay, 5 minutes up. Share my video. Please like, and I hope you guys are loving my content. Please subscribe to Akah Bants. Bye.